Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's still Sunday, so it's still Speed Duel. And earlier we went over our spotlight. We did it for this wonderful equip card right here, Solitary Sword of Poison. And like I said, we did the spotlight first this week to sort of set the tone for the deck. So let's check this out. We're going to start with the skill, and this should be very telling. In order to make this engine work properly, I had to go Elemental Heroes. So we are going to be using a Jade and Yuki skill. This is one of the ones that flips when activated. The Here Goes Something skill. So once per duel, you may activate this at the start of your battle phase while you control exactly one elemental hero monster and no others. For the remainder of the turn, that one monster gains 800 while battling an opponent's monster, but is allowed to attack every monster the opponent controls once each. You cannot special summon monsters for the remainder of this turn, which is kind of fine. I mean, the only way that you would be special summoning after the entering of the battle phase would be if you had a monster similar to the giant rat, which we don't. Or in this case, since it's an elemental hero, let's throw the air quotes in there, using something like diffusion to get extra attacks. So that's what they're trying to discourage there. Let's get into the deck, and this is going to be weird. You guys ready for this? We have 3 monster cards, and that is it. We are just going to be playing 3 copies of the elemental hero Wildheart. For one sentence, 4 words. The whole effect is unaffected by traps. So he can be targeted, but they're not going to do anything to him. He'll walk through every trap card in the game. Doesn't even matter. And you'll note that his stats are 15 by 16. So that's number 1. Number 2, let's go to the spells, yes? So first up, we are going to be running a full playset of A Hero Lives. So if you control no face-up monsters, pay half your life, special summon a level 4 or lower elemental hero from the deck. So this is now 6 copies of Wildheart by proxy. Keep that in mind. We are going to be using 2 copies Book of Moon, because again, we need to affect the opponent's cards more than our own. Single Cosmic Cyclone. It's not so much that I'm worried about the traps affecting him, so much as field spells and or trap monsters that we just want to get off the field like Zoma. Next up, we need to run 3 copies of the Hidden Armory, because as much as we need the consistency for the elemental hero, we need the consistency for our blade as well. This card activates, it sends the top card of the deck to the discard pile. Then you get to add an equip from either the deck or discard to your hand. You may not normal summon or set the turn that you activate this card. So one good thing about being able to go off right away is with A Hero Lives, this is a special summon. So your special summon can still do the Hidden Armory, getting straight into having your equipped blade, which then means we can go with the Here Goes Something and be able to immediately be up to a 3,800 with up to 3 attacks. So again, Wildheart can do some crazy stuff, guys, if we support him properly. I also have a copy of Nightbeam in here. Again, this is just like, it's in here because, again, back row control, sometimes, again, Zoma. If we can get to him before it flips, that's great. Same thing with quick play spells, because if you're like me, you might play the Book of Moon and it'll be face down. If I go ahead and I Nightbeam that, you don't get a timing to activate. So it is important, and it's why I'm still running the 1-in-1. I'm going to run the 1 of Reinforcement of the Army. That is now 7 copies of cards that are just for Wildheart. And then 3 copies of our Solitary Sword of Poison. Now, if you haven't checked out the Spotlight, let me explain how this card works to you guys. Equips only to a monster that you control. If the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster, again, could be them attacking us. The equipped monster's original attack and defense double during damage calculation. This is how I get to 38. If you control a monster other than the equipped monster, send this to the graveyard. And again, this is the beauty of only playing the 1 monster card. 3 copies, but playing only 1 monster in our deck entirely is so that we can do this. And then up for our traps, we're going to be running 3 Lost Winds. Because again, I don't want to deal with monster effects. I don't want to deal with Breaker, trying to break stuff. I do want to have attacks, and I'd love to null out effects. So this is the 20 card main deck. This is for tier 2. It's pretty cool. Guys, give us a second. Go ahead, screenshot, or take your notes. We'll be right back with the rest. All right, so going into the extra deck, it is, again, pretty par for the course, guys. We're going to be using the Ultimate, the Cyber Blader, the Cyber End, the Ojama King, the Ryu Senshi, and the Thousand Eyes Restrict. We do want to use these 6. And going into our side deck, we have 2 offerings to the Doomed because, again, we don't know what's going to happen. So if we need to be more aggressive against our opponent's monsters, this will allow it. Same thing with our copy of Shrink. And then just to make the extra deck something, we're going to go with 3 Waking the Dragons. So again, that's it. This is the entire deck. So that was the main, the side, the extra. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you guys are looking for the other variants on Tuesday. If you guys enjoyed today, a like and a comment goes a long way, and maybe we've earned your subscription as well. If we haven't, do me one more favor, okay? Go out, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, or whatever day you happen to be watching this. Not everybody catches this day 1. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friends. And again, I just hope to see you guys the next time. See you later.